Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Charlie, on YouTube once more with Starcom content. I do hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, this little scout ship that could is getting a bit of an upgrade. Yeah, it has been a wonderfully good ship. If we take a look at resources and stuff we have, a little over 500 titanium here. I would like to have more deuterium, so we probably won't have a whole lot as far as more firepower when we get a new ship. At least not yet, but we'll work on it. You have some neutronium, ethylene. That's what's most important here, because as we get into upgrading our wonderful ship, we're going to need to create a new ship. This little scout ship has been great, but it needs to be improved. By the end of this design process today, and we probably will have to scavenge some more resources, but by the end of this, I'd like to see nothing amber or red. I don't know if it really matters if the bridge is that way, but I'd like to see that if I can. I would like to increase 3 numbers predominantly. We're already going to have the size max go up. That's going to happen. Max hull health is probably going to happen too, just because it's a bigger ship, okay? So the 3 numbers I'm really hoping to increase here. I'd really like to get our energy production and max reserves to go up. So, you know, we can afford to have more weapons, more engines, and actually more shields would be nice too. If we look at research, you get 550 points, and I would very much like to get shields, possibly a thing. So I'm going to research that really quick. I'm also looking at lasers. Those you know, concentrated red beams and stuff, they seem like they're pretty good. When they hit me anyway, they seem like they're pretty good. Maybe missiles. I don't know. Maybe havoc creates a temporary perimeter of explosive bursts around me. I don't know if that's really necessary. You know, it's kind of like to each your own on these things, right? Like we just don't, I don't know. I don't really know if we need certain types of weapons, right? Everybody plays the game a little bit differently. I think it's important to realize that everybody plays the game a little bit differently. So maybe your weapons of choice are lasers. Maybe you like missiles more. I don't know. We're going to try them out and see which ones I like more. But I'd like to get a ship that maybe can handle those things, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We want to create a new ship, and we want it to be a cruiser. We're going to skip right over Explorer and go right to Cruiser. The first thing that's going to happen is it's going to cost me 20 neutronium and 15 ethylene. So when I create this, I don't have a whole lot of neutronium left, which means I don't have a whole lot of the bigger bulkheads left. So I probably have to go and scavenge some resources, right? Yeah, I feel like I want to go. I mean, I'm not going to show you guys because it's a waste of your time probably, but I think looking for some more neutronium might be good, because I'd love to have more of these bulkheads. It's just because their reinforcement properties are better. Can I get that thing out of my way? Hey, there we go. It's like, so 35 HP, I'll just show you. Like, so 35 HP in one of these, it takes up 2 slots, okay? This one, single one, is 15, so it's 5 HP less. Not only that, but there's 11% reinforcement as opposed to, you know, 9%. And so it's just it's an upgrade, but it does take more resources. It's lighter on the aluminum, heavier on the titanium, and then adds neutronium. And then there's the triple bulkhead, which has got a 45. Now this one's interesting to me because it's actually a downgrade from using a bulkhead double and single together when it comes to HP, but then it adds this extra 12% reinforce. And I don't actually know the implications of reinforce. As in, if a shot comes in that would normally do, you know, 100 damage, does it do 88 now? Is that what 12% reinforce means? I thought that's what the deflectors were, like, you know, deflects 30% of incoming damage, that kind of thing. So I don't know, but we're going to make a new ship here, and I am pretty convinced I'm going to need more resources. So tell you what we'll do instead. Why don't I, off camera, real quick, I'm just going to go shoot some rocks, do some trades, maybe farm some dorks for a half hour or something, and see, maybe we can do this. I probably should have done this before starting the recording, but hey, you know what? I'm not perfect. We make mistakes, and now I'll remedy it. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went around for about 20 minutes. I wasn't able to get a lot, but I've got a little bit. So I've got 2 extra ethylene. Maybe that'll be good for us. I've got 4 extra neutronium. And so with the armor over the bulkheads. I can at least make 4 of these things now, which I guess makes me a little bit happier. I can play with it there, and we can, adjust it as we go. I've also noticed a couple of things. Shields require a lot of neutronium, so I can keep collecting, but I'm going to need a lot to get that. So we're not going to have that yet. I spent the research on it yet, but we're not going to have it yet, and that's just the way it goes. Also, energy weapons. Remember, we unlock lasers. Well, that takes diberyllium. Didn't expect that, but I'm sure I can probably trade for this resource. And if I had just, read the description of this particular element, focusing high energy might have been a clue there. And adamantine and nigh indestructible metal. Boy, wouldn't I love to make my whole out of that. Anyway, so we've got a lot of this resources that I think we could play with now. 232 yttrium. We got over 1,000 titanium. We got over 1,000 aluminum. I think we can make something work here. It's going to take me a little bit of time playing around with all these different parts. And you've seen pretty much all these parts before. I was thinking about using this front deflector because I think it looks really cool. However, it costs 30 iridium. Now, it looks like it fits right on there. It's beautiful. But it costs 30 iridium. That's very expensive for what that part does. Especially since if I was to cover the same amount of tiles, 3 hexes, with just the regular full deflectors, this is 44% deflection though. But if I was to do 3 of these deflectors, okay, that only cost me 15 for the same amount of space. So I could literally have twice as many deflectors for the same cost as that one in many different directions too. But it doesn't look as good, and the deflect is only 30% instead of the 44%. So it's a good part. I just don't know if it's right for me right now. If I had a lot of iridium, maybe I would use it. Same thing with the double deflectors. Like, okay, so this one's 5. If I'd use 2 of these, that's 10. This is going to cost me 12. Okay, and it cost me titanium instead of aluminum. But it has more than twice HP, and it has just a slight more deflect at 38%. And there's a little bit of reinforcement involved in it too. So it's not bad, right? It's one of those things where it's not a bad part. It's just not quite for me right now. So anyway, let me work within the constraints that I have to create something that's kind of cool, and we'll be right back. And I'm hoping that we can get the speed to go up as well, like it was before. So give me a second. Okay, so for now, this ship is actually slower than the last ship. We're going to work on that, okay? We can expand as we go, but I'm kind of running out of materials. What I really need to make this work, I need more chirolite, so I'm going to work on that. And then I'm going to need to expand sort of the shape of the ship a little bit more so that I can fit more engines on there after I get more chirolite and can get more reactors. At the moment, though, this is the ship. We have a lot of light bulkheads through here because I ran out of aluminum. I just can't get all the parts then that I needed to go. We still have the same 3 Mark II guns at the front. So we're still going to have that front shots. I think I like that. There's a couple of lateral thrusters in here that'll let me at least maneuver a little bit there. I've moved the survey lander to the side because I have. I ran out of stuff, so I want it to look okay. And I actually don't have enough for the exhaust port to be down here. I'm thinking I'm going to go 2 engines with exhaust ports on both sides, skip 2 engines, exhaust ports, 2 engines, exhaust ports, and that'll keep the engines cool, I believe anyway. So we're doing that. And I don't have hardly any deflection whatsoever on the back side because the idea anyway is that we don't run from a fight. No, the idea is that we have pretty much everybody facing our front all the time. Yeah, if they hit me from the back, they hit me from the back. But I mean, I have, these deflectors on the sides over here, at least on this side. This one's a bulkhead. Can I afford another deflector? I don't. Oops, it's over here. No, I don't think I can. So it is. It's all about the aluminum. Maybe I can. If I take this bulkhead out, I should be able to put this half deflector. It's a half deflector, not a full deflector. Right here. Yeah, should be able to put this in place instead. I'm not sure which direction to point it. It doesn't matter. I guess it's kind of blocking both sides, isn't it? Which way are you facing? You're facing that way. Okay, well, you know what? We'll face it that way then. It's fine. Anyway, so that's our ship for now. All right, this is the Fedora V5. It has more plasma DPS than the last ship does, but it's same fixed because it's the same 3 fixed guns. We're slightly slower in the void. All right, that part's a problem. We also propulsively are slower as well. So this is a slower ship. temporarily until I can get more aluminum, until I can get, I think it's really aluminum and titanium both. I just need to make the hull wider in the back so I can fit more engines that's what's it. And then be able to have more aluminum for additional exhaust ports to cool them down. And then more chirolite so I can have more reactors to support more engines. You see where I'm going with this? So it needs a lot of stuff. But this is what it looks like when it's out in space. And it's definitely a better ship in some aspects. It's not, I honestly think it's kind of a downgrade temporarily when it comes to like most of the specs, just because the last scout ship was actually pretty damn good. But, oh, I wanted to show you also something else. So I have also upgraded, we'll have to see how this works. I've upgraded the, where is it? Tractor beams. I've upgraded the tractor beams so that they have substantially increased range from what they had before. And then I can also boost their speed, I guess, too. Make them pull in there. So we shouldn't have to get as close to the loot, essentially, is what I'm doing here. And I don't know. I don't know if this is really worth it. Like, every time we scan a planet or go down for the surveys and stuff, I mean, is it really that long of a wait? I think those 25 points should be spent on something else. So we're going to look at something else for that. But I am looking at increasing shields and stuff once we get there. And we can't get there until we get more neutronium. So that's kind of where we're on now. So let's go test this puppy out. See how we do in combat with this new ship. Again, it is slower, so we'll have to deal with that. But it has 5 engines instead of the 3 that I had before. So let's just test it out real quick. This is usually the place where everybody attacks. So we'll see if they're still here. And usually I only have to go through this flinger once to start getting them to spawn. But I mean, it's possible that maybe that's done now. I don't know. We'll see. It looks pretty good though. I tried to make it as uniform as possible. I don't know how you guys like that. There's some slight differences on the sides and stuff, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. Oh, the one thing I didn't get I didn't get good on are these wings. I think we need bigger wings, and I haven't gotten the research for those yet. So I want to take a look at that. But like getting through the void and having a bigger speed through the void, I think that's really where I need to go there. Because right now my max speed is like 100, to where before I was able to get 100 with like 70% void effect. Not even, so. You're not even going to give me enemies, really? Well, you know what? We're gonna run into enemies as we go. You know, I don't think it's too big of a deal. Let's go through here. What's this? Is this? I've just mined this, so it's already empty. So we're not going to go there. Let's go over to... Well, one of our mission points would probably be a good idea, right? Maybe we'll look at one of our missions. So current mission right now, we have... we need to find out about the Star Lance. That's the thing we're kind of ongoing. Discovered that's the Fallen Empire is the whole big thing there. Jetsam and Flotsam. Yeah, no big deal, I don't think. Might be able to partially reconstruct the enormous database. Well, we need to find more samples then. So we don't have a whole lot here in terms of like waypoints we need to go to. We've reached the point where it's like the game is not telling us specifically where to go. Oh, hang on. We're just gonna sit here and let them go. All right, let's go. Let's test this out just a little bit. So same fixed damage shouldn't matter, right? The fixed damage should be the same, but I kind of want to just see what happens if they're hitting me. Like, how much damage can we take? Like, just hit me for a second. Let me just see how the hull works, how the deflectors are working. Okay, so it's doing a little bit. It's not too bad. I mean, I'm at the point now where I can, for these ships anyway, I can pretty much just sit there and just take it. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, you're just blown up now. I do have more plasma damage in this ship. I would like to revert that. Not revert that, that's the wrong word. I would like to kind of reduce how many plasma cannons I do. I still want them because they're great at like taking down the missiles and stuff. But I think the game probably, at least I would hope anyway. I haven't looked at the... Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey, no problem. You're just scouting. I get it. That's fine. Would you like to scout this? And death and destruction. Okay. So like, again, the scout ships and stuff are kind of a joke right now. You know what I should do? And maybe I'm skipping ahead here to do this. That glitch that happened, it unlocked this area right here. And I'm not sure what to think of it, but I'm noticing this. there's something going on here. And I don't know if that's going to reveal like end game content, because I feel like that was a big glitch to do that. But this was available before, and this is pretty close to that. So, you know, maybe we'll head down here. And these are these things that we haven't seen before. This is an isolated lab. We've been there. Maybe over here is where we should go right now. Let's see what this is. Right? And we have more of the Brogadar. So we'll just kind of, you know, refuse to pay and do them in again. You guys just aren't learning. Now I'm just going to stand here and I'll let you hit me. That's fine. I have superior firepower over you now, sir. Come here. You can't run away. Come here. Wow, I'm surprised you're not blown up yet. That's kind of impressive, actually. Good for you. There you go. All right. So more aluminum, more gold, right? As we get more of these things, we'll you know, we'll keep an eye on our cargo, and you know, plasma pressurizer. Hey, there's a part maybe for what we needed for a weapon. Compressed super ionized gas into high temperature state of matter. Plasma weapon, yeah. We can now research the Brogadar cannon in the lab. It's slower, more energy intensive, but devastating at close range. It really is. It's really good. So we might look at that too. But we'll keep an eye on these things. Specifically, I'm looking to get more chirolite. I think we'll get more aluminum and titanium along the way pretty easily, but I'm looking to get more chirolite so I can have more reactors and therefore support more engines reliably. I mean, I have a lot of energy storage, and I want to also replace the batteries, because I have resources for batteries. The thing is, like, I have a lot of batteries on here and not a lot of reactors. It's because I don't have the chirolite for the reactors, but I do have copper for the batteries. So I just kind of decided, okay, well, we'll charge slower before combat, and then we'll just have that energy for later, you know? Whatever, it's fine. So we'll shoot that one with the big cannons and shoot this one with the little ones. I like it. Just kind of multitasking this, hitting them both at the same time. I like it. I would actually, like, look how much we dipped into the battery there, right? Like, I needed a lot of storage because of the lack of generation, but anyway, need more reactors is where I'm getting at. So chirolite's what I'm looking for here, and we're getting ethylene, but we're not getting chirolite. I need that. There's another big ship over that way. Now, hopefully I'm fast enough to catch these guys. He's really booking it. He's running away. He's legit retreating, which is probably a good idea since one shot killed him there. So yeah, I got some more neutronium out of that guy too. This is Brogadar Galleon. I don't think I've seen a galleon yet. So that might be more intimidating. Let's find out. Oh my god, look at the size of that ship. Am I sure? Let's find out. That thing is huge. Oh, and it shoots its fixed weapons in front of it too. All right, I need to just kind of like stay in an area where his weapons are not facing. Yep, we'll just move sideways. Kind of keep ourselves right here. Oh, he can rotate, but you know, it's fine. I think we're all right here. Yeah, I'm just blowing off the front of his ship. And he's dead. Well, that was, wow, that was bright. Cool. More ethylene from that too. That was a big ship, but it really didn't do much, did it? We're receiving a broadcast message from one of the planets in the system. The Brogadar want us to send someone to talk to their negotiator. Oh? Are you done messing with me? Is that it? Yeah? Okay. I figured it would be this one, but hey, it might be this one over here. This looks like I mean, they're two worlds that are very Earth-like in their appearance. This close together. Very interesting. Send out the survey team. The signal originates from a vessel scuttled at the bottom of a shallow rocky lagoon. Within, the team makes their way to the bridge, which has been converted to a meeting chamber where a lone Brogadar sits opposite. Greetings, Starcom representative. My name is unimportant, but I have been authorized by the Brogadar to negotiate cessation of our hostilities. In exchange for our protection from you, we are prepared to offer 3 neutronium chests of gold. plus trade opportunities. What say you? If I reject the offer from now, will they give me a better offer later? I don't know. 3 neutronium chests of gold seems good, but I'm getting neutronium and etherine from killing them. So I'm going to reject that from now. But if I ever want them to leave me alone, if they ever get annoying, we can just come back over here. I think so. Let's mark this down on the map really quick here. Captain's log. Brogadar cessation. Negotiate. Just type in Brodagar negotiate peace. Let's go over to the other planets here and see what they may have for us, but that way I can tell where to go later. All right, survey team away. See what they find. Oh, diberyllium. Hey, the first time we've seen this resource. Now this is what we need for our lasers. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, a meteor broke up in this planet's atmosphere. A tiny fraction of the meteor contained rare diberyllium crystals. Fantastic. Although I feel like we're going to need a lot more than that because lasers seem pretty good. With great difficulty, Ensign Perks pilots the lander through a blinding sandstorm. Sensors estimate whatever the signal was, it's not far. That is, if there's anything at all. The huge amounts of charged dust is wreaking havoc with the instruments. Shifting dunes cover and uncover geological features on an almost hourly basis. All right, cool. Attempt to pilot the lander to the source of the anomaly signal. Seems like it's actually quite difficult, but we do have a slight modifier, so let's give it a shot. Seems to be good. Eventually, with a bit of luck, Ensign Perks spies some dark shapes in the swirling dust. The anomaly is a half-buried collection of temples and stupas. Within the largest structure, pictographs tell a confused tale of pilgrims charged with carrying a dead star containing the bones of a god to be buried for the god's return. Okay. Pursued by false prophets, they were forced to flee, leaving the altar to the bones behind. The glyphs leave no clue as to where they went. We get the altar to the god's bones. All right. So, what is that? Shows the internal structure of this object has a complex set of clockwork gears. That's it. It's relatively useless to us. Okay. Now, do we head here? It's going to take me a while because I don't have the wings, and this is a much slower ship. I kind of want to say no at the moment to doing that, and instead just use the gateways and, you know, get on to these other places to like clear our existing stuff out of the way, right? Like this has a lot of stuff going on, and well, that's going to take some void travel as well, looks like. Bright light hurt long time is over there. But I'd like to get over here too, because there's a lot of stuff going on over there, and then there's another red star here. So, you know... Oh. Hi, emissary. I always want to go to the emissary to see if there's anything quest related, but he's moving away from me, so I imagine there's nothing really all that serious. Okay, so I don't know, maybe I should take the neutronium piece. I feel like I can get more resources by not being peaceful with them, though. Real quick, let's come down here and see what this area is again. I forgot what this was. The survey incomplete, and I would like to know. I'd like to know what that is. Whiskamug is over there too. Maybe I could trade him. Oh, hang on. There's a destroyer here. Let's go pick that fight first, and an interceptor. You guys got neutronium, right? There's 3 of yous. You guys got neutronium, right? Maybe the big guy does. If he gets closer, I'll shoot him instead. He's dead. Okay, well, that was pretty easy. Did we get any neutronium, though? Lots of titanium. I like that. Oh, what's that all about? Where did that come from? Whiskamug. I think he was shooting at the enemy from that distance? Crazy. Yes, excellent to see you again, my friend. So you trade in Yttrium, of course, in Yttrium. Now, you have decent sell prices on these things, but not buy prices. You're good with buying aluminum. I can buy aluminum from you for 13. I think I can buy a bunch of aluminum and then sell it to the aluminum guys, or the place that wants aluminum. Like if I buy like 400 aluminum from you, I could sell this for probably a good profit. It's just hard to tell. So let's see. A 14 discount on the buy price, and then we sell it for a 38% on the sell price. We'll see. Because I don't really need more of this for my weapons. At least I don't believe I do. I need this. So how about we execute this trade for a bunch of aluminum, since it's a decent trade from him. And then I'll look to trade this with... Yeah. I almost ran into him there. I'll look to trade this with that oceanic planet right over here. Or maybe it's here. One of those two. That oceanic planet that makes the gliders and stuff. They love aluminum so much. Okay, let me remember what this is. Nothing's changed since the last visit. I forgot what the last visit was about. I have to go back and look at the video, but I'm gonna real quick start leaving notes. I'm not gonna leave it here. I'm gonna leave it over here. Planet has... Wasn't this like I don't remember, man. I'm gonna look back in the video, but survey incomplete and nothing has changed since the last time I got there. It doesn't really tell me anything. So, whatever. Let's get over to that planet. Is it this one? It's this one right here. I want to go there. So let's get over there. We'll have this just guide us there. And we'll sell this aluminum and see if we can get a profit for it. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game. Remembering everything, like remembering what's going on with different planets and different areas when a survey is now incomplete, it's a bit tricky when you're playing a lot of different games and you don't have infinite time to play them. It's a little tricky. But I love that they give me notes, and I just have not been using them. And now I'm at a point in my content creation where I've got like 5 different games going right now. For me, you can't even see one of them because it's embargoed, but like I've got like 5 different games going, and so trying to keep track of everything is just, I mean, maybe it's possible for some people, it's just not possible for me. Well, hello there, everyone. Gee, looks good to see you all again. Man, have you lost weight? You've been working out? Look at you. You have lost weight. Yeah, I mean, all I mean is that you're just very small compared to me, because my ship is much bigger now. Okay, I need more fixed weapon firepower, you know? Like, get one more fixed weapon on here and just crank this out, man. Boom, boom, boom. How long does this station last? Not very long. The station dies pretty quickly now. I got a little bit of yttrium, a little bit more yttrium, in fact. That's nice. Do you guys have any like deliveries for me by chance? No? Okay. No deliveries for me now. All right, real quick. I want to trade and see if we can make a profit. Did we sell it for, was it 44 yttrium is what it was? We bought that aluminum for 44 yttrium, I think is what it was. So right now we sell for 53. You see, I think we bought it. Didn't we buy it for 13? But that was, see, the problem is the conversion is different because we were dealing before in yttrium, and now the currency's silver, so it's a little hard to tell. That's what I'm saying. If I had like a sheet in front of me, like silver is worth this many yttrium, then I could maybe do that. So like right now, just based on their prices, we could alter the percentages to try to come up with the math of what the baseline yttrium is versus silver. I don't have the mental capacity or the time or the interest really to go ahead and do that. But if someone in the chat wants to, that's great. I would love to know if you can, just save me time. If one of you guys like math, what is the baseline buy and sell price what is the baseline conversion rate of yttrium to silver? And then we can weigh that against how many aluminum we get for the silver. Because if I take this and I sell, was it like 300 and... I think it was like 320 is what we ended up doing before. I forget, but we're going to get 48 silver for that, right? And then based on that, we would want to buy back the yttrium, but I can't do that really all that well. There's a 7% markup. So again, it's a little bit challenging to tell that. Overall, though, I'm not convinced. Oh, sorry, it's not 320. That's not accurate. Hang on, reset. Yeah. No, we got 320, so I'd have to go. What would it be like? Be like 80 left, right? Is that how much we had before? We've also collected them from the ships and stuff, so it's a little hard to tell there too. But let's just say we do this many, right? If we execute this, that gives us 221 silver, and then hypothetically, how much until we get back to having like 40 something silver, right? How many yttrium could we get? It looks to me anyway that we could get more yttrium than we had before. It's what it looks to me like. We now have 76 of this. We could then go back to Whiskymug, make this trade again, then go back, get more aluminum, go back to Whiskymug. We could just do this over and over again, but the prices are dynamically changing, right? These prices have adjusted. These prices have now adjusted too. They won't buy it for as much, right? The aluminum is worth less to them now. They have more of it, which makes total sense economically. Let me get a little bit more of this too. We'll get rid of that silver. Just want to have more of this. And then actually it looks like they'll buy the ethylene. Yeah, we only really need these for bridges, right? So I guess I can sell the ethylene. Gives me more silver. Let's buy the chirolite. I want more reactors, right? Yeah, we'll do something like this. I'll sell that last ethylene. I don't really think I need it. And then maybe we'll sell a little bit more aluminum to give us the difference here for this trade. Give us the difference, right? Yeah, we should be able to make that trade. Yeah, right there. Okay. There we go. So we have more chirolite now. A little bit more neutronium. Feels pretty good. I mean, I think I spent too much on the chirolite just now. I didn't actually notice the markup until after I did the trade, but whatever. It's fine. I needed it. All right, so back to the flinger. Back to this, and then I think I want to go over here, but I want to do that after I get, pending the resources being available, after I get another, at least one more engine. I feel like that's really going to be necessary to get us moving. Mark III engines would be cool if I have the research potential, but I don't think I do. And then more reactors are going to be needed, so I'll swap out some of the batteries. I don't need 278 energy. Okay, so I've just been trying to mine and stuff. My ship kind of looks a little wonky at the moment. Altar to the bones, Triton says. Sorry, that came out of nowhere. I've been spending my time down reviewing various artifacts we've found. Remember that altar we found in the sandstorm? The altar to the bones with the machinery inside? Well, the Universal Translator had assumed a religious context. Looking at it again, I think the altar is an astrolabe. An astrolabe pointing to where the bones were taken. Ah, now we just need to find the system. Let's see. There's a star and some planets. Little help, pricks. It's a 4-body Lagrange sector, which are uncommon. We're looking for 4 planets. The big, 1 big, 3 small, all roughly the same distance from a central star. Probably K-type. So they're trying to figure out where we're going next, eh? Okay. Well, if they figure it out, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep shooting rocks for a second here. I'm trying to get myself to where I can have a complete ship. I have almost enough aluminum and titanium to satisfy that, but I'm also in need of additional chirolite still. I need 4 chirolite to really have the reactors I'm looking to have. So if I can get enough of this resource here to trade for it, right? Like enough gold, for example, to trade for it, or platinum or whatever, then I will. Okay, I shot a bunch of rocks and I actually made a few trades and stuff with whiskey mug, I basically gave him all of my yttrium to get the chirolite that I needed. As I got back to the station, Lieutenant Milton has something to say too. More resources arrived from that dust refinery. I saved some for you. Nice. So additional silver and stuff is good, and I can trade that because there's a place that takes silver, right? All right, so shipyard. Here's what I've been like cruising around with, trying to make all this stuff work. It's not really all that great. Let's turn the heat profile off really quick so I can kind of see how everything is laid out. I've got an exhaust port here with 3 engines, and I kind of like this setup because this exhaust port pretty much does everything we need it to do, and it borders these 3. And then I just got to put one of these basic connectors in front of it so that it stays open. That's kind of where I'm going here. So I'm going to try to have the back of the ship kind of look a little bit like this. Then there are exhaust ports here and here. I would love to get additional engines, but I didn't have the resources before, and now maybe I do. What am I missing? Is it gold? It's gold. Gold. All right. Well, it's what I want. But tell you what, I can put... Ooh, these tiny little ones, they don't look very good, did they? Yeah. Anyway, I did unlock the large wings as well. So if I slap a large wing here... Oh my gosh, the size of this is registering as 2 hexes. I'm at 86.5. Whoa, hang on. Research. I got 55 points. What is it going to take for me to get more? Advanced logistics is 250, and that's going to get me the extra 15 hexes I need. Okay, so I'm kind of at near my limit. I did not see that coming. Okay, new plans need to happen. First, let's talk about my reactor. Get that light bulkhead out of here, and let's go into my reactor. I kind of want to line them up a little bit, right? So reactor mark II here, 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 and here. Then we got the 2 batteries here and here. I don't know if I really need the 2 batteries, but I've got them. And the other thing I really don't know if I really need to have 2 crew quarters. Like, is it important to have 100 crew? If I get into like a really extended firefight and I need to fix things fast and my crew have already been damaged and stuff, like having more crew could be helpful. But is it more helpful than having more battery? I don't know. Because my generation is actually pretty close to my draw, right now, I don't think I need the extra battery, but if that changes, then maybe. There's also a little micro reactor right here, which I can't afford because I'm out of chirolite. But it's okay. This is much closer to this now, and I'm liking that. I was hoping to have 2 additional engines. It doesn't look like I can do that. This apparently counts as 2 hexes, but it's huge, which is interesting to me. Also, I have to swing it this way, I think. Right? Wouldn't it be this way? It's acting like this is forward. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe that is forward. And I would just have to have the hull come down to here. All right, I need to take up less hexes because I need another wing. And that is gonna... I'm out of space. Really? I didn't see that coming. All right, so let's we have to redo a little bit of this. I really like how it's designed right now. I don't want to change it, but I kind of feel like the back end here might be just a tad bit wasteful. If I can just make this a little bit more packed, I can save some hexes. I'll play around with it a little bit. I'll give me a second. So yeah, this ship is not going to look the way I want it to look until I get just a few more hexes available to me. There are some things I could do, like taking out these double bulkheads here and reducing our HP. We're at almost 1,000 health at the moment. I'm using these basic connectors to kind of fill in gaps because they basically act the same almost as empty space when it comes to thermal dissipation purposes, but they occupy the space and they only cost me half a hex. And it does add a little bit of HP, you know, like not nearly as much as the light bulkheads do or anything, but there's something there. And I've been trying to do that to kind of get everything working. But I think I'm looking at this. I think I can just move this up, right? So I can just have this be here and have these engines be up one more level. And I think that will get me what I want in this. But because of the way the game is built with shipbuilding, I can't just like pull this part to the side and just take a couple things out and then shift it up. It doesn't really let me do that very well. you kind of have to grab the things that it's all attached to. And that would be this right here. I need to move that up like this. Now, if I do that, it deletes all the parts that I'm holding, not this part. And that's the issue. So I have to have one kind of in place so that I can sort of see how it's laid out. And so if this was going to come up here, this would be here. And then this would be here, right? It goes up one. Yeah, so up one. And then this would be down. And this would be over. And then the, where is it? I just keep forgetting where these things are. Exhaust port would be here. And I believe that would keep the temperature in check on those 4 engines, right? And now I can look at this as an example and I can say, okay, that's where we're at right now. So let's pull that to the side. And we're going to say that one engine goes here, 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 and here. And then the exhaust ports here. So that gives me the 8 engines that I was aiming for. And now I have 9 slots available to kind of try to fill this in and make it not look so super stupid. I also would like to get, right, to be able to move faster, I want to get the large wings. Now there's a large wing, and then there's also this dorsal stabilizer. And I'm not sure which one is better. Technically, the dorsal stabilizer helps me less when it comes to health. It almost has half the HP impact, but I've got a lot of HP already. I'm not sure whether it's necessary, but I can put that there, for example. And if I flip this over and put it on that side here, I mean, it looks a lot more compact. I think it looks a lot better, you know? And then I can use the light bulkheads or the regular bulkhead. It's all the same. They just take a different resources. It's still the same amount of hexes. But we also have the doubles. And I have the neutronium to do this, so it's adding additional HP. So I could go something more like this and like this. And now we have only one spot left, which leads me to the connectors, because this allows me to go like that and like that to kind of just, I don't know, bring it together. And now I've got the stabilizers that I wanted. I got all the thermals looking good. These exhaust ports kind of go into this, so it's open space still, right? If I was to add a port here instead, or if I was to add a light bulkhead here instead, this would start getting hot because it's not going into space, right? I've also now added a bulkhead in the way for this exhaust port, so it can't exhaust properly. And that's where the connectors really come in handy, because you can have something that's just there, but it kind of acts like normal space. And now you have something super compact and it works. We're up to almost 150 AU per second on the void speed, and that makes me happy. I also went ahead and got handling, the handling upgrade, wherever that is. No, I didn't. I was going to, and I didn't. It's right here. I wanted to get that. So we'll take a look at that too. But look, now my ship is... Whew. Oh boy, look out, pirates. You don't want to mess with me now. I have 380 energy storage. Is that good? I feel like my storage just went up. I didn't want it to go up, but yeah, I mean, I've spent my chirolite, so there's that. Now, you see a lot of bulkhead space here, and that's usually a good thing. When we get our additional hexes available, though, the ship is going to get a little bit wider, and that is to make room for the shields and potentially make room for the laser units. However, see all those little guns moving around? Yeah, so what I'll probably do is have these guns here. They're going to end up being the plasma cannons that are already there, like that. But these ones here will change to the lasers, depending on how big it is. I actually didn't research that. Real quick, let me see if it tells me. If I go to energy weapons, this is 2 hexes. Yeah, so in place of these, it'll be this instead. And that'll get me the beam. Now it has to warm up. It says it fires an intense beam of concentrated energy and it has to warm up. So I just need a little bit more diberyllium and we can have that happen. I can buy that as well. Getting another fixed gun and stuff is possible, I guess, in the future too. But I can't add anything to this ship at the moment. So that's my ship, man. And we can go through... Look at this. Void effect is at 16 and my max speed right there with the boost is... 77 now. I mean, this is a lot faster. A lot faster. It feels not quite as nimble as the little ship, but that's to be expected because I don't have that that upgrade, but I mean, I think we're set. I think we can definitely do some stuff now. There's a bunch of question marks down here, right? So why don't we come down here, examine some stuff that we haven't examined yet, yeah? So this stuff is all searched, but it's the flingers we haven't gone to yet, right? So why don't we start with this one? Just see what we're on about here. And I mean, we're already, you know, 40%, we're already at 100. So I feel like we haven't, yeah, we're good on speed now, at least comparable to the small ship. So the next part of it is just getting upgrades, maybe even better engines, like Mark III engines would be cool. And then perhaps then we can even go, I mean, I've read on, you know, Steam's forums and stuff with people asking random questions about ship design and stuff. And there are people on there that say that they can go like 1800, 1600 without the flingers. They're just doing that. And I'm thinking, what? How is this possible? But I'd love to see that, yeah. Collectors, what do you request of us? Okay, so these are the regular Lacone, whatever, right? So they are our subjects, so to speak. This planet was devastated by war in the past few hundred years. Judging from the ages of the ruins, it was not a single cataclysmic event, but a long series that spanned decades and blah, 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 blah. We've seen this before. Let's search the ruins. Somewhat easy, it says. It's a negative 35 on the difficulty, but we have a 15 modifier. That's definitely a success. Cool. We got some more titanium for that. Excellent.